All right, for today's lesson, you're going to need the sheet that says multiplying with negative exponents. Okay, so today we're going to introduce negative exponents. Everything that we've done so far has been positive. If we look at number one, though, however, number one does not have any negative exponents in. So we'll just kind of review what we do with multiplying. So when we multiply, again, we want to take our coefficients and multiply them together. So this 3 times the 2 gives you the 6. All right, and then I cross it off as I use it, and then I go alphabetically. So I have 4 A's here, and I have 1 A right there. So 4 plus that 1 makes 5. Look at your B's. Here's 1 B, and then there's B to the 0 power. That just means 0 B's. So remember, you just cross that off, and you're just left with that 1 B. Okay, if you look at number two, this is the first time we actually see a negative exponent. So I'm going to start off like I have before, and I'm going to multiply my coefficients. So 3 times 3 gives me 9. Okay, cross those off. And then alphabetically, M comes first. Okay, and what's going on here is you got this M to the negative 2 for this one, and then you got this one, M to the 4, so we'd add those together, negative 2 plus 4. Negative 2 plus 4 gives me a positive 2, so that's going to be M squared. Okay, then I look at my n's. Well, you had one n right here, and then you're going to add it with this negative 3. So that's 1 plus negative 3. Okay, 1 plus negative 3 is negative 2. Now, if we look at our answer, we have 9m squared n to the negative second power. It is not okay to have a negative exponent in your final answer. It's kind of like having an improper fraction. So what we do is you need to circle whatever has a negative exponent. This negative exponent is only attached to the n. It's not attached to the m or the 9. All right, whatever you circle is going to flip sides. So right now, everything's up top, which means this part is going to come underneath. Okay, then when I rewrite it, I still have 9m squared up top. And when I say it comes underneath, it now makes a fraction. And when it comes underneath, it's flipped sides. That exponent turns to the opposite of what it was. So when it moves from this side to the other side, it now goes to positive 2. Okay, 9m squared over n squared, that's our final answer. You can't reduce it anymore. Okay, if we look at number 3, we have no coefficients in this one. So if I start off with my m, I have a negative 3. All right, I'll cross that off. We're multiplying, so we're going to add another negative 3. And then we have another m right here. That's just 1, so a positive 1. And then if I look at my n's, you had this 2, and then plus this 2. Okay, so m, negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6, plus 1, that gives you negative 5. And then n, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, again, I want you to circle whatever part has a negative exponent, which is just that m. And that means it's going to flip sides. So your n remains up top, n to the 4th power. The m now goes to the bottom. And when it goes to the bottom, the exponent sign changes to its opposite. So it's n to the 4th power over m to the 5th. All right, number 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So I'll cross those off. And then if I look at my a's, so I had 3 here, okay, plus back here you got a negative 3. And then look at my b's. You got negative 4 right there, plus that 1. Okay, so cross that off. All right, simplify it. So a 3 plus negative 3, well, that's just going to equal 0. And we know if anything is 0 power, that just falls off. So that doesn't even matter. So I got 12. And then b, negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Okay, circle what has a negative exponent. So I'm going to circle just this b. That negative exponent is not attached to that 12. It's only attached to that b. So that's got to flip sides. So you're left with 12 up top. The b goes to the bottom. And when it goes to the bottom, it turns to a positive exponent. So 12 over b cubed. Okay, number 5. Number 5, starting off here. A to the 0 power, well, you know what? That just falls off. So if I put it alphabetically, you got a to the negative second, and you got b to the negative first power. Okay, so then I circle whatever has a negative exponent. So it's this piece and this piece. So both of those have to go to the bottom, which means there's nothing remaining up top. And we've learned if you got nothing remaining up top, you have to drop a 1. Okay, the a comes underneath, turns positive. That b comes underneath, and that exponent also turns positive. And because it's to the first power, I'm not going to write a 1 there. I'm just going to leave it like that. So I get 1 over a squared b. All right, number 6. Start off with your coefficients. There's only one of them, so I'll just rewrite that 3, cross it off. And then I got my u's alphabetically. So the first one is a negative 2, and then this one is a positive 2. And then I got my v's. First one's a negative 4, and that second one is a positive 1. So we see negative 2 plus 2 right here, which is going to give us 0, which means that part is just going to fall off. So I got 3. V, negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. All right, again, let's go ahead and circle whatever has a negative exponent. That piece is going to come underneath. The 3 remains up top. The v goes to the bottom, and that exponent turns positive. So we have 3 over v cubed. Okay, number 7, multiply the coefficients together first. 4 times 4, 16. And let's handle our x's. So we got 1x here, so there's that 1, plus these 2, and then you only have 1y up there. So that's going to simplify it to 16x to the 1 plus 2 gives you 3, and then you got y to the negative first power. So we circle whatever's got a negative exponent. That piece comes underneath. So we have 16x to the third power up top, and then the y comes underneath like that. And because it's to the first power, I just leave it like that. So 16x cubed over y. All right, one more together, number 8. 3 is our only coefficient, so I'll just write that over there. Alphabetically, I'll handle the u's. So I have 4 for this first one, plus negative 1, and then my v's. So I have 3 plus those 2. Okay, so 3 is my coefficient. U, 4 plus negative 1 is 3. And then v, 3 plus 2 is 5. And if you take a look at this one, none of them have negative exponents remaining. When I added those, it ended up with a positive sum. So that's my final answer. You don't have to circle anything to make it go to the other side. All right, let's go ahead now, and you guys do number 9. Okay, do 10. Number 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. And last, number 18.